So I grew up playing FPS games like Far Cry, Call of Duty, and open world games like GTA, Assassin's Creed, but I have never played any Souls-like game, let alone Dark Souls itself. But now in 2021 I've completed the trilogy and I can tell that I have probably played one of the best games ever created. If you're thinking about starting Dark Souls, then this video is for you. I'm gonna tell 5 major reasons, actually 6, there's a bonus reason at the end, so 6 reasons to play Dark Souls. Before that, I wanna say a little something about Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 is not bad. It just has some annoying stuff that is different from the other 2 Souls. But I personally would recommend you to play Dark Souls 2 after you're done with Dark Souls 1 and 3 because Dark Souls 1 and 3 have some connection between them when you look at the lore. Alright, let's talk about the reasons now. Starting with reason number 1, which is the level design of Dark Souls. The world building and level design is just fascinating. It is you whose job is to discover the secrets of the world of Dark Souls. Nobody is forcing you to go somewhere. You're supposed to explore the area yourself and see what's waiting for you. You might find items in unusual locations, or even an NPC, or even boss fights. It's not like you know where one specific item is and you just go there to get that. You are literally dropped into a world with no help, no assistance, and only you can help yourself. Whether it's getting an item or finding a way past objects that's stopping you from progressing, or whether it's finding a boss to fight, it's all up to you. The world is also interconnected in the Dark Souls universe, where when you finally reach somewhere you get the feeling of, oh, so this is how I got here from that location. The world building is just solid in Dark Souls. Reason number 2 is the characters of this magnificent video game. I've played enough games in my lifetime and obviously I've found likable video game characters, but I think for Dark Souls they're different. They're built different. They connect to your psyche somehow. They have amazing personalities and backstories. In Dark Souls, if one NPC is stuck or locked somewhere, you would want to free them, and you should free them. They have some of the really good backstories behind them, and they also provide you with quests. These quests lead to more backstories about them, which makes you feel like you have some sort of deep connection between you and those NPCs. They also benefit you with in-game items, abilities, and so on. So I strongly suggest doing the quest of the NPCs if you are new to Souls. They're not entirely necessary for the main game progression, but they are interesting enough and super worth going for. From the popularity perspective, the characters are just super likable, and obviously there are characters who you won't like for certain things they'll do. My main point is these characters connect with you mentally. If something is sad, tragic, or emotional about a character, then you will genuinely feel bad about it. I also love the tremendous effort From Software has put in their voice acting of the different NPCs. They feel very authentic. Overall, the characters, the lore behind them are absolutely outstanding.
I was once a sorcerer. Surely I can be of use. Oh, I am honored, truly.
On to the next reason of why you should play Dark Souls is the lore, which has a major connection with reason number 2. Dark Souls lore is not direct. It has a non-linear style of storytelling. In this game, you invest in learning the story just like we learn histories in real life. For example, some lore or backstory about an individual person or about a place can be learned through reading the description of items or weapons. Then talking to NPCs also uncovers the lore behind those individual characters. It can be a little tedious, but don't worry, we have the lore master, the savior, VatiVidya, who make amazing contents about the lore of Dark Souls. This man just have amazing quality contents, and honestly I was really shocked about how deep the lore goes if you actually go through these videos. When I started playing Dark Souls I thought the lore was almost non-existent, but when I watched Vati's videos it was like I opened my third eye or something. I had no idea the lore would be this vast, and I can assure you, the lore is absolutely fantastic. It's rich, it's profound. There's a lot of secrets underlying the regular things we see in Dark Souls. The NPCs also play an important role at connecting the storyline. Even the bosses have remarkable backstory of themselves. Most of them are sad, cruel, tragic, and I think they really hit you deep. The next reason is obviously the combat of Dark Souls. There are some specific factors to consider when it comes to the combat. One is your build and the other one is strategy. Now what is build? What I think is it's the combination of your preferred class, your stats and equipments. There are different classes that you can choose and make a suitable build such as strength build, dex build, pyro build, sorcery build, magic build, dark build, luck build, trash build, and so on. You name it. Your stats matter. For example, if you're going for a sorcery build, you might want to put more points in intelligence than other attributes. If you want to manhandle the enemies with giant ass auto swords, then you should focus more on upgrading your strength. Weapons and rings are another crucial part for managing your builds. For example, some weapon comes with special buffs and some rings can buff your stats or stamina or your weapon's damage. I think it's a really good thing that Dark Souls gives the player the freedom they need to play how they want to. Again, it's totally up to you to play how you want. Make your own build and dominate. In addition to the builds, you'll also need strategies. After all, it all comes to applying tactics in combat. The combat is all about learning from your mistakes because you are gonna die a countless amount of times, but those who keeps moving forward will taste the sweet combat from Dark Souls. One good example is finding out about backstabbing the enemies. Backstabbing does a lot of damage and can take a little more patience to execute, but it's really worth doing. Then doing good dodge rolling is naturally predominant in Dark Souls. It's like the most important mechanic in Dark Souls and it requires a lot of practice to perfect the timing. You don't get any tutorial because you're free to experiment how you want to fight the enemies and the bosses. I think this style of gameplay is really unique. You are finding out things for yourself and just carrying on, and I just really love how the combat works in Dark Souls, and it's definitely a valid reason to play the game. Reason number 5 is a really important one. It's the absolutely astonishing boss fights of Dark Souls. Dark Souls is heavily known for amazing boss designs. These bosses are the ultimate challenge for the players. They exist to test your might. These bosses are designed so well that makes Dark Souls probably the best game that has bosses. In each Dark Souls you get normal bosses and optional bosses, and I'ma be honest, they're gonna beat your ass, but they also pushes your limit and makes you wanna go at them over and over again. Some bosses are really fun, some are absolutely horrendous, but altogether, the majority of boss fight experience is really cool in Dark Souls. It's really enjoyable. I think this is one of the games that made me feel something different, something unusual. It sometimes made me rage quit, but after 2 minutes I'm back at it again, dying another trillion times. I think this game makes you keep going with a never give up attitude. There were even days where I was stuck in a boss fight at 2 AM when I was supposed to sleep, but I didn't stop until I was finished with that boss. I just got hooked to the game. The atmosphere, the fight, the rage, the music is phenomenal. It makes a boss fight perfect in Dark Souls. Bosses also have major roles in the lore and they are very interesting. Overall, boss fight is one of the major reasons to experience this beautiful game. I think I should add something here that each Dark Souls have superb DLCs that includes even better bosses than the main game. It's like if the main game is a whopper, then the DLCs are Big Macs. DLCs are also meant to be played after you are done with the main portion of the game because the bosses in the DLCs are much more challenging than the main game, but the DLCs are a must play in Dark Souls. Now you're done with 5 major reasons, so I think it's time to reveal the bonus reason. This one might be a no-brainer, but if you're fighting a boss with the music on low, then you're not playing Dark Souls, buddy. Turn that shit up. Dark Souls soundtrack is so good that I had to make this a specific reason to play Dark Souls. Especially Dark Souls 3 boss musics. They are absolute banger. Just pure melody and harmony. Music to my ears. Some are even able to give goosebumps. There's a lot of significance to the music which makes Dark Souls breathtaking. Some soundtrack sounds like the producer poured their heart and soul into it as if it was the last thing they wanted to do before leaving the world. The soundtracks are just pure fire. Total bangers. I honestly can talk for hours about the reasons of playing Dark Souls. The game that I had zero interest on became one of the most amazing titles I've ever played. Sometimes I wonder why or how this game became so favorite to me. Maybe because I've never played any Souls-like games, but I think even if I did play any Souls-like before, I wouldn't be speaking so highly of that game as I do with Dark Souls. Dark Souls is different. I wanted to add one more thing before wrapping up this video, which is Dark Souls also have well-rewarded replayability. Once you're done with the game, you can start the New Game Plus where you get better equipments, but the game difficulty also increases, which gives you more challenge to take on. But as you will have high stats, you can play the game more easily in the beginning. So replayability is definitely a quality feature of Dark Souls. Lastly, I wanna say that don't start Dark Souls thinking it will be sparkles and sunshine. It's a hard game and that is the absolute truth. You are supposed to die. This game is designed to kill you over and over and over again until you get good. But don't let that discourage you, please. You can rage quit as much as you want, but don't totally quit. Because Dark Souls is a masterpiece.